Hi there, I'm Kaan from TURK FORTUNE, and I will explain the recent changes took place in the Turkish Citizenship by Investment program. Turkey's General Directorate of Land Registry has changed some major rules in the game, and new applicants must be aware of them before taking a step into the Turkish Citizenship by Investment program. Before addressing the new regulations, I would like to briefly touch upon the difference between the concepts of sale of immovable property and promise of sale agreements in Turkish law for those who are not familiar with them. The sale of real estate is the process of purchasing real estate whose construction is already completed and the title deed is ready to be transferred, and the buyer takes ownership of the real estate right after making the payment. On the other hand, when it is not legally possible to purchase immovable properties whose construction has not yet been completed or whose title deed is not legally suitable for transfer, the buyer asks the seller to sign a promise of sale agreement in return for the money paid. This agreement includes the details of how and when the construction will be completed and allocates the prospective buyer's right to purchase in the future. When the construction and all permits are completed, the prospective buyer requests the title deed from the seller by invoking the before-mentioned agreement. Such agreements must be done in a notary in order to be valid. Now, we can address the recent changes that will be effective as of February 1, 2023. First change is, it is no longer possible to apply for Turkish citizenship with the acquisition of a share of an immovable property. For example, if an immovable property is acquired by more than one foreigner in the form of shared ownership, this immovable property cannot be subject to citizenship. Only way to apply for citizenship through a real estate investment is to acquire the whole ownership of at least one property. Shared ownerships are not eligible anymore. And the second change is, in the applications made based on the promise of sale agreement, which is the only method for buying from unfinished projects, the $400,000 investment amount must be provided with a single contract. In this framework, it is possible to subject more than one immovable properties to a sales promise under a single contract to be eligible. So if you are aiming to apply by making a promise of sales agreement, you cannot submit more than one contract to fulfill the $400,000 criteria. It is not about the number of properties, but about the number of contracts. You can still sign a promise of sale agreement for multiple properties unless it is under a single contract. And the third and the last change is, in cases where immovable properties acquired through a direct purchase that do not meet the amount required for citizenship acquisition, which is $400,000, it is not possible to complete the remaining amount with a contract of promise to sale. In other words, if the sale price of the real estate you purchased doesn't meet the $400,000 limit, you cannot enter into a contract of promise of sale for another real estate to make up the difference. In such case, the only way to make up the difference is to buy an additional property. In conclusion, shared ownership of a property is no longer eligible. Anyone who wants to apply by purchasing an unfinished property must exceed the investment limit in a single contract, and if an applicant's investments stay below $400,000, only way to make it up is buying extra properties until the total value reaches $400,000. Thank you for watching TURK FORTUNE. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video.